Good morning, people, and welcome to a new episode of DesertTrippin. Today we are here in Panamint Valley, where we came back to take care of some unfinished business. Last time we were here in the very popular Mystery of the Castaneda Witches episode, we came out and we followed in the footsteps of missing Carlos Castaneda devotee Pt2, whose skeletal remains were found right out there at the base of the Panamint Dunes. Her car was actually found right approximately where I'm parked right now. What we failed to do on our last outing was to actually get to the base of the Big Four mine. Since we put that episode out, I've done a bit more research and I've learned a few new things. So we're gonna walk up and we are gonna try to approach the mine one more time this morning. And last night when I was walking, I realized that there was more road that we could have gone on if we could just get past the initial rough spots. Well, that was better. We got up about a half mile further, which means 1 mile less of walking on this steep terrain. We learned our lesson many times to always bring water. Okay, so we're locked, we're loaded, and we're ready to find the Big Four mine. Big Four mine, here we come. This is a good sign. This is the wilderness boundary behind this sign, closed to all vehicles. Not even 9 a.m. We're getting our steps in, people. Okay, I'll check back in when we have any further developments. It's kind of flattened out up here a little bit for the time being. And though it's not very specific, Google Maps kind of indicated that the Big Four mine should be somewhere up in that area. And you can see this drop off down here, which we don't want to fall into. I think we found our first evidence of a mine. You don't see anything inside of it. It's kind of shot up with some bullet holes. We decided to drop down into this wash because it's closer to the side that we want to be on. And it's also a little more flat. So it looks like we've come to a pretty defining point in this hike. Maybe we're close. I hope we're close, because I'd hate to give up a third time. Okay, people, look what we found here. That's a mine chute right there, my friends. And then there's a couple of poles here stuck in the ground. So we are at the base of the Big Four mine, and we made it. I'm very happy. And as you can see from this vantage point, you can see the dunes out there, which is pretty cool. Oh. And over there's that iron stove. Let's go check that out. Well, as you can see here, some more artifacts potentially. There's an old, really large bolt. And that's some kind of an old school can that somebody cut open with a knife. This is an interesting little piece of rock art. Some people have thought there's a symbolism here that there's 4 different colors of glass symbolizing the 4 witches, but I think that's a stretch. This place is littered with stuff. We're leaving everything intact. We're not going to take any souvenirs. We'll leave it for people to come and enjoy later. So here we are, back at the same location where we shot episode 18. We've come back today to sort of give you some more updates and some more insights that we've learned since the last video. There's much speculation about what happened to the other 4 devotees of Carlos Castaneda. Two were witches. One was a devotee. The other, I guess, was one of his bodyguards or chauffeurs. The closest people in his inner circle, they were preparing for a few weeks. I heard they purchased guns. They were closing bank accounts, emptying out safety deposit boxes, giving away gifts to people they would want to say goodbye to. They were basically preparing to disappear. And disappear could mean one of two things. They could either make good on a suicide pact that they had kind of made with each other. The other possibility is that it was all an elaborate ruse, and the whole thing about researching these caves and these mines out here was just to throw people off. Patricia Partan, as it turns out, was Carlos's favorite. She entertained him, and she was one of the younger ones, and I think he enjoyed having sex with her the most. When they were all together and Carlos was alive, Patricia Partan, she had a special relationship with Castaneda, a little more powerful than the other women. And one could guess that the other women didn't like that, and they put up with it because that's what Carlos wanted them to do. But when he was gone, they probably didn't have any reason to continue putting up with her. So my guess is because the four women, Florinda, Taisha, Amalia, and Astrid, because they all disappeared together just suddenly. They were just gone the day after Carlos died. No one saw them again. But some people saw Patricia Partan driving around LA in her red car by herself. And then it wasn't for a few more weeks or so that they finally found her car out here. And it was a few years later they found her skeleton. So she could have come out here looking for them, and they might have already been long gone, either dead or, you know, disappeared to the Cayman Islands or Switzerland or whatever, Monaco, someplace where they could get their money and not be seen. Well, that's what I have to kind of wrap things up here on the missing witches. This is one place they might have disappeared. That's just the fact. They might have disappeared here, or they're somewhere else, or they went somewhere else and killed themselves. We don't know. Okay, people? Over and out. 3, 2, 1. We are in a very beautiful place here. I just wanted to say a word to the four witches. Florinda Donner Grau, Taisha Abelar, Kylie Lundahl, and Amalia Marquez. The four of you allegedly disappeared in pairs, and either you went in different directions, or if you went together, no one will ever know. If you wound up here somewhere inside of this mountain and fulfilled your suicide pact, disappearing from life as a warrior, well, I hope your souls are at peace, and I hope you achieved what you hope to achieve. With that being said, enjoy eternity. This is the end of the Castaneda Witch series, people. Thanks for coming along. We're going to make our way back down, and we're going to go to Panamint Springs Resort, maybe load up on some supplies and gas, and without any further ado, this is Joe Bowie, Desert Trippin' from the Big Four Mine. Over and out in 3, 2, 1. This is Joe Bowie, Desert Trippin' from the Big 4 mine. Over and out in 3, 2, 1.